Let's be real, folks. We live in a world where the gap between the rich and the poor is impossible to ignore. On one side, we see extravagant wealth, luxury that's hard to fathom. On the other, people struggle to afford basic necessities. This stark contrast isn't just economic, it's deeply human. It shapes our perceptions and influences our interactions. Wealth comes with privileges, opening doors and providing security. It's natural to question the system when witnessing such disparity. This isn't about demonizing the rich. It's about understanding the raw emotions that arise from this division. We need to talk about this and create a more equitable world. To truly grasp the tension between the rich and the poor, we need to rewind the clock. Throughout history, class struggles have been a recurring theme. From the French Revolution's cry of liberté, égalité, fraternité, to the labor movements that fought for workers' rights, the fight for economic justice has deep roots. Think about feudal systems where lords held vast lands while peasants toiled with little to show for it. Or the Industrial Revolution, where factory owners amassed fortunes while workers faced grueling conditions and meager wages. These historical injustices have left scars on our collective memory. These past struggles have ingrained a sense of distrust, a belief that the system is designed to benefit the privileged few at the expense of the many. It's not just about money, it's about power. The wealthy have historically held the reins of power, shaping policies and systems that perpetuate their advantage. These historical grievances continue to echo in the present day, shaping our perceptions of the rich and fueling the resentment that many feel. It's a reminder that the fight for economic equality is not a new one, and the wounds of the past continue to influence our present. Let's be honest, human beings are complex creatures. We're driven by emotions, some more noble than others. When it comes to the rich, envy is an emotion that often rears its ugly head. Seeing someone else living a life of luxury while you're struggling to make ends meet can trigger feelings of inadequacy, resentment, and even anger. Then there's cognitive dissonance, that mental discomfort we feel when our beliefs clash with reality. We're taught that hard work leads to success, that anyone can make it if they just try hard enough. But when we see people trapped in poverty despite their best efforts, it creates a dissonance that's hard to reconcile. This dissonance can lead to a blame game. It's easier to blame the rich for their good fortune, to view them as out of touch or undeserving, than it is to confront the systemic issues that perpetuate inequality. This isn't about justifying resentment. It's about understanding the psychological mechanisms at play. We need to acknowledge these emotions to understand where they stem from. Only then can we begin to address the root causes of economic disparity and create a more just and equitable society. Here's the cold, hard truth. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening at an alarming rate. Income inequality has reached staggering levels, with a tiny percentage of the population controlling a disproportionate share of wealth. This isn't just about numbers, it's about real-life consequences. When wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, it creates an uneven playing field. The rich have access to better education, healthcare, and opportunities, while the poor are often left behind, struggling to overcome systemic barriers. This lack of opportunity perpetuates a cycle of poverty, making it incredibly difficult for people to break free. Imagine trying to climb a ladder where the rungs are spaced so far apart that they're almost impossible to reach. That's what it's like for many people trying to escape poverty. They're working hard, but the system is rigged against them. We need to create a system that provides everyone with a fair shot at success, regardless of their background or circumstances. Section 5. Trapped in a mindset. Short-term thinking and the poverty cycle. Poverty isn't just about a lack of money. It's often about a lack of access, resources, and opportunities. This can create a pervasive sense of scarcity, a feeling that there's never enough to go around. This scarcity mindset can lead to short-term thinking, where people prioritize immediate needs over long-term goals. When you're worried about putting food on the table today, it's hard to think about saving for retirement or investing in your education. This isn't about laziness or a lack of ambition, it's about survival mode. When you're constantly in survival mode, it's incredibly challenging to break free from the cycle of poverty. This is where the importance of financial literacy comes in. We need to empower people with the knowledge and tools to manage their money effectively, to save for the future, and to build a more secure financial foundation. Section 6. The legacy of lack, intergenerational poverty, and learned helplessness. Poverty, unfortunately, has a way of echoing through generations. Children who grow up in poverty are more likely to experience poverty as adults. This isn't about genetics, it's about the cycle of disadvantage that's passed down from one generation to the next. When you grow up surrounded by scarcity, it shapes your worldview, your aspirations, and your beliefs about what's possible. This can lead to a sense of learned helplessness, a belief that you have no control over your circumstances. It's a learned response to a system that often feels rigged against you. Breaking this cycle requires a multifaceted approach. It requires addressing systemic barriers, providing access to quality education and opportunities, and fostering a sense of hope and possibility for future generations. Section 7. Breaking the chains. Education as the key to empowerment. If there's one thing that can shatter the cycle of poverty, it's education. Education is the great equalizer, the key that unlocks doors to opportunity. It's not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about developing critical thinking skills, problem-solving abilities, and a belief in one's own potential. We need to invest in quality education for all, regardless of zip code or socioeconomic background. This means providing adequate funding for schools, attracting and retaining great teachers, and creating a supportive learning environment where every child can thrive. Education empowers individuals, strengthens communities, and paves the way for a brighter future. It's the most powerful tool we have to break the chains of poverty and create a more just and equitable society. Section 8. Rewriting the narrative. Shifting perspectives on wealth and opportunity. The narrative surrounding wealth and poverty often reinforces negative stereotypes and perpetuates harmful divisions. We need to challenge these narratives and rewrite them with stories of resilience, hope, and the power of opportunity. Instead of viewing wealth as a zero-sum game, where one person's gain is another person's loss, we need to embrace a mindset of abundance. There's enough for everyone to succeed, to thrive, and to live fulfilling lives. We need to celebrate stories of individuals who have overcome adversity, who have broken free from the cycle of poverty, and who are creating a better future for themselves and their communities. These stories have the power to inspire, to motivate, and to show what's possible when we embrace a mindset of possibility. Section 9. A future within reach. Embracing financial literacy and a growth mindset. Financial literacy is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's about empowering individuals with the knowledge and skills to make informed financial decisions, to manage their money effectively, and to build a more secure future. We need to make financial education accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or income level. This means incorporating it into school curriculums, offering community workshops, and providing resources that are easy to understand and apply. Along with financial literacy, we need to cultivate a growth mindset, a belief that our abilities and intelligence are not fixed but can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. A growth mindset empowers individuals to embrace challenges, to learn from their mistakes, and to persist in the face of setbacks. Section 10. A call to action. Building a more equitable world, together. Addressing the complex issue of poverty requires a collective effort. It's not enough to simply acknowledge the problem. We need to take action. We need to demand policies that promote economic equality, that provide opportunities for all, and that create a level playing field. This isn't about handouts, it's about creating a system that works for everyone. It's about investing in education, healthcare, and social safety nets that provide a foundation for success. It's about empowering individuals to reach their full potential and to contribute to their communities. Let's challenge the status quo, demand better, and work together to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, regardless of their background or circumstances. The time for action is now.